U.S. President Barack Obama issues a stark warning to North Korea over its nuclear agenda. Brianna Keller is traveling with the U.S. President and has the story.
President Obama had some tough words for North Korea's new leadership, saying if North Korea moves forward with what it claims is a satellite launch and what the U.S. and many other countries see as a thinly veiled long-range missile launch, it will further isolate itself. And President Obama was very clear about just who he was talking to.
Here in Korea, I want to speak directly to the leaders in Pyongyang. The United States has no hostile intent toward your country. We are committed to peace. Your provocations and pursuit of nuclear weapons have not achieved the security you seek. They have undermined it.
It appears North Korea is demonstrably moving forward with that missile launch. A South Korean Defense Ministry official saying it's clear by U.S. and South Korean military intelligence that North Korea has moved that rocket to its launch site in the northwestern part of the country. President Obama also addressed Iran's alleged ambitions to build a nuclear weapon, reiterating that there is still a window for a diplomatic solution, but that window is closing. And the stated purpose of this nuclear security summit is to keep tabs on nuclear material. President Obama is very much pressuring China to change its tack with North Korea and see what it can do to stop North Korea from launching that missile. Brianna Keeler, CNN, Seoul.
A huge security operation is underway in the Iraqi capital of Baghdad in light of the impending Arab League summit. All airspace surrounding the city has been closed until Thursday, and more than 100,000 security officers have been deployed to the region. The summit will mostly focus on Syria, but the country sees the summit as an opportunity to show the world how far it has progressed.
The Pope is headed to Cuba today after completing his trip to Mexico last week. The Pope is using the trip not only to spread his faith, but also to address crucial political issues. CNN Rafael Romo has more.
This is where the flights from Miami arrive. Plane load after plane load of Cubans returning to the homeland they left behind. And this is where we find Teresa de la Paz, waiting for her son Lázaro, who departed for Florida 5 years ago. That was the last time Teresa saw him.
I adore him. I adore him. God, give me the strength to hug him.
Teresa says she needed to be strong to endure the wait.
You don't know what's going to happen to them. Just knowing they're going to be back is the most wonderful thing.
Hundreds more Cubans will travel home in the coming days.
The Pope says he's coming to Cuba to help build bridges between Cubans who left after the revolution and those who stayed. But many of those family reunifications are already taking place.
When Cubans come home, most don't travel lightly. Some arrive carrying gifts for their families, others to show off what they have. It can take a long time to get out of Terminal 2. 4 hours after her son's plane lands, Teresa is still waiting. The hardest moments away from her son, she says, will be these last ones. Then Teresa sees Lázaro and can't wait any longer. An embrace long overdue. His loved ones greet Lázaro in their native Spanish, with words that need no translation. Patrick Ottman, CNN, Havana.
An $88.6 million aid package for Palestine was released Friday by the House. The aid package had been tied up in the House for almost 6 months after 2 Republican representatives voted to block the package. The representatives dropped their opposition only after stating that the money must be used for health, water, and food projects for Palestinians.
A 7.1 magnitude earthquake injured 3 people in Chile yesterday. This was one of the strongest earthquakes Chile has experienced since the 8.8 magnitude quake 2 years ago. Officials have ordered an emergency evacuation along parts of the coast and are recommending people find higher ground. The U.S. Geological Survey believes the quake, which left several cities without power, occurred 19 miles below the Earth's surface. Coming up, unusual weather patterns will tell you how freezing temperatures could affect your garden straight ahead. And The Hunger Games, the novel-turned feature film breaks records at the box office and opening weekend.